Hi everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Swell kit. This is a project between Vandy Vape and Tony B, of course. And this is it reminds me of the Pulse 80 and the Pulse 90, which I love, love, love. Those were like, oh, really nice mods and kits. I really liked it, but they were squonks. So this is actually a dual 18650 mod. It does not come with the batteries. You would have to purchase those separately. But this one you can do just like those Pulse mods. You can change out the panels. So you can purchase additional panels. You can pick whatever panels you want. So I do love that, and I do love that about those mods as well. So this does come as a kit. I'm sure they're going to be selling the mods separately, but I have not found any websites currently that do have them sold separately. But I did want to let you know that they will. Now let's go ahead and go down because I don't want to give too much away up here. So we're going to go down. I'm going to show you all about it. Then we're going to come back up. We're going to talk about it, vape on it, pros and cons. So I will see you down below for the Swell kit by Tony B and Vandy Vape. Okay, so here is everything that comes in the package. This is the sample packaging. I do have the flame red, and this is what it looks like. On the back, you're going to get your included items here. Well, I don't know what the actual retail version is going to look like, but this is the sample packaging. And this is all that's included. So you're going to get your Swell mod, your Swell Tank, a bubble glass for your Swell Tank, an extra coil, a USB cable for your mod for firmware upgrades and things like that. You're also going to get this Vandy Vape Find My Device on app little manual. It's going to tell you everything to get into it and how to use it. It's only available for download right now for Android phones. There is no actual app download for iOS devices at this time, which is sad because I actually have an iOS device, but that's okay. Making sure that your atomizer is used with a protruding 510 because that makes the best connection. And then of course your damaged batteries, you always want to make sure that your batteries are in pristine condition. You're also going to get this warranty card, and then you're going to get this user manual, which one thing I do love about this, it has more pictures than it does words, and I really like that. Then you're going to have the Swell tank. Now this tank is actually been on the Jackaroo mod. So my Jackaroo review actually has a more of a detailed breakdown. I'm actually just going to go over it with you, but not in like full detail, but we're going to go through it. It's probably going to be full detail. Okay, so this is a 24 millimeter in diameter device. It does have a protruding 510. You do have bottom airflow that has these nice little notches here. 2 slits, whatever you do to one will happen to the other. You've got a 510 drip tip. It does have an O-ring on the inside, so you want to make sure that it fits, but most 510s that I've tried do fit right here. It is top fill. All you need to do is just give it like a quarter of a turn and it opens up right away. You've got your fill port there, and then this little hole right here is like an air hole. So this is actually going to help relieve the air so that when you're filling this, it's not going to like come back at you. It's going to fill really fast and easy, and it works absolutely perfectly. And then you just quarter turn and it's locked on there. Let's go ahead and open it up. And when you open it up, where you can change out your glass, all you got to do is just carefully move the glass. Carefully. There we go. And then you can just remove the glass here. And now we'll go ahead and put on the bubble glass, because if you know me at all, you know that Wendy loves her bubble glass. I'm not a straight glass fan. With the straight glass, it holds 3 mils of e-liquid. With the bubble glass, it actually holds 4.5 mils. So I prefer the bigger, larger e-liquid capacity. So I always switch mine out. Okay, installed, you're actually going to have the triple mesh coil. This is a 0.15 ohm mesh coil. It does go from 50 to 100 watts. You can actually see it right about right there, 50 to 100 watts. Vandy Vape triple mesh 0.15. Now both coils do have a min line. I always suggest that if you see that your liquid is getting about half to almost to the bottom of your wicking on the sides of your coil, always fill up your juice, because you don't want to let that dry out. And then as usual, just go ahead and install your coil. I'm actually going to use the I'm going to use the triple. So we're going to use the triple right here. Okay, and I'll show you the extra coil in a minute. All right, so just put that one in here. Now the extra coil that it comes with is actually this single coil mesh. You can see it right there. And this one, it's the 0.15 also, 50 to 90 watts. You also have your min line right there. Really, really nice. This one's a little bit more airy. For me, this one's a little bit more flavorful. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with the triple mesh. And then to put it all together, you're just gonna screw it on. I am gonna go ahead and prime this though, which I always suggest doing whenever you get a new coil. I'm gonna be using this 3.14 key lime pie e-liquid. If you like key lime pie, this is the best that you can get. I promise you, it's been my favorite for ever since I tried it, and I don't even like key lime pies, and this is definitely it. And this you can actually get at northshorevapor.com. And then what I'm going to do is just put a little bit here, and then I'm going to just put a little drop where I can see the cotton, just to help it along. It's not going to like wick the whole thing up, but it is going to get it a little bit, you know, give it a little bit of help while it's wicking up. And then you're just going to screw it right on, and then screw that on, and it holds firmly into place, no problem there. And then again, to fill it, all we're gonna do is just quarter turn, open it up, and fill it up here. Again, 4.5 mils of e-liquid fits in the bubble glass and 3 mils in the straight glass. Oh my God, I can smell it. I absolutely love this. And this key lime pie actually has like a corn flake type of crust instead of like a graham cracker. It's really, really good. You gotta watch my review on this one. Ooh, yum. Okay, so that's that. What we're gonna do is go ahead and put that aside, and then we're gonna go over the mod and talk about that a little bit more. Okay, so this is the Swell mod. This is made of that ABS plastic type of material. Just like the Pulse 80 or the Pulse 90, it's that same type of material, same, very similar menus and feel to it. It feels exactly the same. On the bottom, it says manufactured by Vandy Vape, Tony B Project. It does have Vandy Vape right here on the logo, like cut out. On the top, you do have the spring-loaded 510 right there. And then you've got, of course, your menu and things like that. You've also got exchangeable or removable panels on both sides. They have very, very nice magnets right here. So it comes with the 2 magnets here, which actually attach here. And then your Vandy Vape chip is going to be inside here. This right here is the back portion. And then this is where you would actually install the batteries. And you can tell because this one doesn't have like that little bar in it. Right here, it's going to give you like a serial number, and then it's going to say Vandy chip. So all right here is pretty much the Vandy chip, and I really like it. Again, the resin door is like this. Can purchase these panels separately, and they fit so well in here. There's absolutely no movement at all. I love how these feel. You can have them in resin, and then they have the G10 also. I only have it in resin, so that's the only way that I can show you. And again, this is the flame red. Okay, so 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Fire button is here. Up and down regulatory button. Your USB port is right here for firmware upgrades. Now, when you do click 5 clicks on or off, when you get to the main menu, it's going to be your wattage menu. Now, in the wattage menu, I'm trying to get it where you can see it from the lights. Let's see. There we go. So in the wattage menu, you're going to have your 2 battery indications. Right now, I do have it connected to the app, which is showing the little Bluetooth icon right there. You're going to have the wattage, you're going to have your resistance, you're going to have your voltage, your puff counter, and then the time or seconds that you've actually fired the mod. Now, you can click the menu button 3 times, and this is going to get you into like the fast menu. This is just to get you into the other little settings really, really quick. So you're currently on wattage. If you press up or down, it'll go to the next one. This is actually bypass mode. In bypass mode, it's going to show the same exact information. Voltage mode right there. And then when you get to your temperature, you've got temperature control stainless steel, temperature control nickel, temperature control titanium. Now in temperature control, you can actually change the wattage. So in temperature control, I'm going to go ahead and hit the fire button. Once I've done that, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the fire button, it brings it down to the wattage where you can actually change the wattage in temperature control, which you know I'm a fan of. So, and then once you've found the right temperature or the right wattage, you just press your fire button and it selects it. 1, 2, 3, back in here, so we can go ahead and select again. You're back to wattage. Now doing the 4 clicks in the wattage mode is going to get you to your settings for wattage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're in normal. You can choose normal, soft, or hard. That's your vape strength. You can also do this DL. It's sort of like a custom curve that they've set up internally in the chip. I haven't used it. I usually like mine just on normal. Also got a mouth to lung setting and then app. And with the app, you can actually do these settings as well. And then escape. To lock the device, you're going to press up and your fire, and that will lock the device. Now, with the settings set the way that I have them, where all of the options are open, you can actually still fire the mod even if it's locked. But there is a way to actually lock it to where it'll lock all 3 buttons within the menu settings. So let's go ahead and unlock that. There we go. Now to get into the main menu, what you're going to do is press and hold this plus and minus at the same time. When you do that, you're actually going to get to your menu settings. The first one is your main settings. This is where you can actually turn off what you're not going to be using. So for instance, if I'm not going to be using temperature control, I don't need it on my main menu, so I can turn it off. Voltage, I definitely don't use, and bypass, I don't use. The FIR is for the fire button. Currently, it's set to where when the device is locked, the fire button will still fire. If you do not want that, you can turn it off like this, and then it'll lock all 3 buttons, but I prefer to have that on, so I keep it on. ARR is the auto resistance rating. So this is gonna check your resistance for any new atomizer, if that's a new coil or not. So it's gonna ask you about that. And then of course you're gonna have app, which that connects to the app, which I'll show you in a minute, and then escape. And then the next one is gonna be your sleep time, all the way up to 30 minutes of hibernation or sleep time. Then you've got your brightness. Now this, I've got it turned way, way down so that you can see it, but watch this. When it goes bright, it goes super, super bright. You're gonna have, see, now you can't even see the apps or anything. You can't even see the little icons. So that's why I had it turned all the way down, so that you could at least try to see the icons that are on the screen as I'm showing it to you. See, now you can see the icons. Really, really nice brightness. This is actually one of the mods that has the brightness exactly what you need it to be, and the setting actually really brightens it, which I love. Over here, this is if you want to reset your puff counter, yes or no. Then you've got user interface or UI. User interface or UI, this is where you can actually change your screen colors. You can choose any one that you want, and it's going to change all the color configurations on your main screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that one. The next one, this is going to be the Vandy Vape chip version. Oh, if you notice on my app, I actually changed the name of my mod. So it changed it here. So I wanted to show you that. So if you update your app with your information, it'll change it right there for you as well, which I think is kind of cool. So I had to tell you. And then of course here you've got your factory setting reset. If you want to go ahead and change it to your factory settings, you can go ahead and choose that. And then you've got exit. But see, now the screen is totally different colors. So you can do that. Now, one thing that I do want to show you is actually changing the settings with the app. From the Android app. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this here for you. Okay, so here we are. So in this, you can actually, let me go ahead and go back to the main screen. Okay, so this is the home screen. So when you get to it, this is going to be the home screen. You've got home, you've got like a little find nearby stores. It'll actually search for the nearby stores. You've got your device, and then you've got your profile. I actually have already set up my profile. I have my picture on it, my information, things like that. So you can set that up, and then you can do my message. If there's been a message for any type of campaign or whatever, it'll show here. The next one is going to be my activities. It's going to show you, I don't know what this is for, to be honest with you. This one I haven't figured out yet. And then you've got after sales service. In addition to that, you can actually do your device. Right here is for your device. So as long as your device, there we go. As long as your device is on and you have this on, which is to connect the Bluetooth, then you can actually do this. Now, first of all, the first option is going to be find device. So you can do find device. What that's going to do is if you click to play sound, your phone is going to beep so that you can find it. See, now you can find it. Now I have it currently set at 15 seconds. You can change this setting here for how long you want it. I have to do here is You can go all the way up to, you can have this going off for like 15 minutes, which I think is really, really cool. So you can do it sort of like an anti-loss thing, but it really works and it's loud. It really is. Also, it's got anti-loss function. So if you're a certain amount of distance with your phone from your mod, it'll beep as well if you have that turned on. If I'm not currently using the mod of the day, I want to make sure that that's off. I just want to let you know. But yeah, so that's that, which I think is super, super cool, or really, really nice. And then you've got your control. Now, with the control panel, this actually has the whole control panel menu that you want. The main one, like the 3 clicks, it actually does that. Now, currently I have it set at the flavor direct lung. I'm going to change that back to normal, and I can do it right here, and it did it right here. If you notice, it had a DL on the screen earlier. It does not now. So that's cool. You can also change the wattage. So watch, as I'm going up, it's now 115 watts. Go down, it's 51 watts. So it does it automatically really, really fast. I can also go to temperature settings. So if I go to temperature control, it'll pick it for me. So I've got temperature control. I'm going to pick stainless steel because currently it showed titanium. So there we go. Now it's in stainless steel. If I want to change the wattage in temperature control, I can actually do it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and change that wattage. 17 watts, there it goes. It changed there. So I really like that. And then of course, if you want to do voltage, you can do that as well. And it's going to show you your battery levels and things like that. So really, really cool feature. I love anything that has to do with an app. So I'm really, really happy about that. The only thing is that it's not currently available on iOS devices. And that's one that I own. I actually had to borrow that one from somebody so that I could do this review, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to see the app. So yeah, I'm actually just going to go ahead and change that back into wattage mode, which I should have done with the app, but I didn't. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this kit. Now the mod is actually 83 millimeters tall and 26 millimeters wide. So that's about the only other thing that I didn't tell you. So we're going to go ahead and take this on top, vape on it, talk about it, and pros and cons. So let's go ahead and go up with the Swell Kit by Tony B and Vandy Vape. So before anything, let's go ahead and have a vape and then we'll talk about it. Getting really, really nice flavor with these triple mesh coils, by the way. The triple mesh is probably my favorite out of the two. All right, so I'm not going to really go too far into the tank because I've done the tank before. I gave you my pros and cons with the Jackaroo kit. Basically, it comes together. It's a really good pairing if you get the whole kit. I do like the tank. If they have the option without it and you want to use your own tank, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But for the tank, it's a really good tank. It's got flavor. It's not the best flavor, but it's really, really good flavor. I know exactly what I'm vaping in here. I really do. On this one, my main con is going to be the 510 drip tip, just as it was with the Jackaroo kit. That's pretty much it. 4.5 mils of capacity is a lot better than 3, but I just wish that it was a little bit more capacity. I don't like filling too often. I do like the quarter turn to open it. I just feel like it's not, I don't know. I like it, but it doesn't feel super, super secure for me. I mean, it is, but I just feel like, I don't know. I really wish that it was more of just a total screw rather than a quarter turn, which I know is easy, but I don't mind unscrewing it fully. But that's just my opinion. Airflow is absolutely amazing, and that's that for the tank. Now for the mod. The mod is absolutely amazing. When I had the Pulse 80 and the Pulse 90, and then I was venturing onto other squonks from that one, the one thing I missed was the size, the weight, the feel, and the fact that you can change out your panels to match anything you want. And he brought it forth with the Swell mod. In addition to all the features that I showed you below, I did fail to mention that this is actually also waterproof. The Vandy Vape chip board, the board in here is waterproof. You don't have to worry about the water going in the USB or anything like that. Now, before you use the USB, if you do get it wet or you clean it or wash it or whatever you want to do, you always want to make sure that that's dried out first, because of course it can short if you don't. But the board, the whole thing is just basically waterproof. All you have to do is take off your panels, you take out your batteries, and it's just a shell. So I do like that. Let me go ahead and take this out. I did forget to show you the battery compartment. I got so excited. So you can take out the 2 panels. On this side is actually so that you can push out your batteries. And then this side is for you to install the batteries. You do have the battery indications on the side here, like this is plus and minus, and then you've got the minus and plus here. Now, without the tank or anything, and just like this is actually waterproof. So say, for instance, that this is one of those cases where you actually over dripped or your tank leaked or something like that. And you can literally go and just put this underwater and rinse it off. You do want... That's actually the don't forget your mod thing, because I took the batteries out, so it's like, hello, where's your mod? Okay, so that's the warning for that. So you can go ahead and rinse it off, and you know, I don't suggest scrubbing it with soapy water and all that, but you can rinse it off and get it cleaned up, and then make sure that you dry it out. So you want to definitely shake it out, dry it out, and then go ahead and insert your batteries. But it's literally, this is nothing. This weighs basically nothing in my opinion. So again, you're gonna make sure that you install the batteries with the side that does not have the bar. Positive, negative, oops. Positive, negative, negative, positive. And make sure that you've got your batteries in very, very good condition, of course. And then you put on your panels. These panels fit so well on here, like they don't move. I absolutely love these panels. They're definitely my favorite out of all of the mods that we've had, the interchangeable panels. This is my favorite. The most easiest in my opinion. So that's that. Having the app, I think, is a definite pro. I love the feature that you can actually change your wattage and stuff like that without actually having to touch the phone. I think that that's really cool. If you lose your mod, which I do a lot, I'll leave it in the room, or I'll leave it in the kitchen, and I'll be like, where the hell's my mod? But I always have my phone with me, so that is definitely a helpful tool. Mainly the only thing that I have a con on for the mod is the fact that it's not an easily accessible app for iOS devices. Other than that, I have not found really any cons to this. The menu is very simple. I love this menu. I love being able to choose, and I think these are the only devices by Vandy Vape that you can actually do that in your menu settings, where you can choose what you want to show on your main screen. So when I do 3 clicks now, I don't get all those options. I'm only going to get the options that I wanted. So you see what I mean? So for instance, I took off bypass mode. So in the main screen, you didn't see the bypass. You can see everything else except for the bypass. I like being able to do that. I like being able to select what I want to see and what I don't want to see, and this does it. So that was always my favorite before, so that's definitely my favorite for this one. Another huge pro that I have to give to this is the brightness. This you can see perfectly fine outside in the sun or wherever. I love that this actually has a true brightness. When you adjust the brightness, you actually get the brightness adjusted. It's absolutely amazing the way that that works. I also love the fact that you can either have it with the app or you don't have it with the app. Another pro is going to be that you can change it out for the G10 panels or the resin panels. I currently only have the resin panels. Unfortunately, I did not get any G10 panels. But I do have another color that I can show you. This is actually called their Violet. And this is what this one looks like. So this is the Violet, which is really pretty. It's like purple and gold. Very, very pretty. Hard for me to decide which one I was going to review, honestly. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It does go up to 188 watts. Do I vape at 188 watts? No, but if you want to, it does go up to 188 watts. Really nice and simple. 3 clicks, you can do the fast menu. Up and down to get into the main menu to change all your real deep settings. 4 clicks in any of these settings here so that you can customize them to your liking. There's really nothing more that I can say about this. It's absolutely amazing. I really like it. The screen, you can change your colors. That, of course, is a pro for me because I love to accessorize and change my colors on the screen. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my review. If you like the review, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Anything that you want to know about this device, I can answer you. I've been using it for quite a while now, and I absolutely love it. Lightweight, very lightweight. The only thing that could be a subjective con, it's not a con to me because I really don't care which way it is, but it can be a subjective con, is that the 510 is not completely centered. Now, saying that, It is centered to the batteries. It's just not centered to the mod. And that's because of the board. It's not something that it bothers me at all. I don't mind it. It doesn't feel like it's too much this way, so it doesn't bother me. So, but I did want to mention that for those of you that do have a problem with the 510 not being centered. So yeah, now I'm done. Now I'm done, and that's it. Now we'll see you in the next one.